Welcome to another day of Ether Raids. We're taking on a Japanese Libra player here, and we're gonna go ahead and use the Brave All team again. And yeah, this should be pretty straightforward. We just gotta avoid the range unit, which there are two. We can probably take out what's his face here. Oh my god. Green Axe Cav. What is his name? I've completely forgotten his name, but we can probably take him out on turn 1 and then back out and then take out everything else afterwards. The trickiest thing here will be Veronica, but Wall Hearts. There we go. Wall Hearts. But yeah, we should be fine on this one. Not too much really holding us back here, just a clean sweep. So we're going to go ahead and do that. We're going to take turn 1 just to take out Wall Heart, and then the rest of the turns we should be able to just set it up and kick back and relax. The trickiest one will definitely be Lucina, depending on what her positional assist does, or what she does with her positional assist. But yeah, we're good here. Pop dance. Repo, change fates, or which one of these should I do it with? Because she's gonna get Kanto too. I'm just gonna move out of the way with Crom afterwards.
I will be your lance.
I really like this Brave Erica, she's so good.
I wonder.
Do I go left or do I go all the way back?
Message received.
And now we just wait on them to come to us and see what they do.
I'm on it.
I've kind of been like, I don't know how I feel about Chaos Season lately. It's something just feels off about it, like it's missing something.
I stand ready.
It's not competitive enough. But it's not supposed to be a competitive season. But there's too many ways to win. It's such a weird thing to say. There's so many ways to play the game because of how many unit types are in the, not unit types, but how many unit choices you have and how unique those unit combinations can be. So it's very difficult to plan a defense around everything that an opponent can potentially bring. Especially given the fact that they have 5 slots. Maybe if they reduce the number of slots for Chaos Season down to... Oh my god, maybe if they reduced it down to 1 team slot, but that would be pretty gross. Maybe 2 instead would be better. If they reduce the number of team slots down to 2, it would be a lot easier to plan in terms of what the... Well, not necessarily easier, but it reduces the RNG. It's still RNG.
Yes.
It would reduce the likelihood of you getting count. You know that thing in SDS where you get to choose which teams your opponent gets to use? Yeah, I feel like Chaos Season needs something like that. Not necessarily the choosing, but if you remove like the 5 units, the 5 team slots that they have or that we have as options for Chaos Season, it probably would make it a little bit more, a lot more challenging, because you would have to choose only 2 teams, and those 2 teams would pretty much have to cover everything.
Message received.
Which is kind of the problem with Chaos Season, because everything is available to be used. It feels like nothing matters. Like building a defense feels pointless.
Leave it to me.
Because there are too many things that you're planning against. There's too many things that can beat a defense. Like, if you're looking at like hit and run with Goved, you're looking at a save tanking strategy with armor balls, depending on what nukes they bring. You can look at even just your omni tanking. Like, everything works. Literally everything works in Chaos Season, and probably that's how they designed it to be. But I feel like it's, I don't know, I don't particularly like it. I feel like it's a gap season between, you know, one of those Dark Anima season, it just feels like a filler. It feels like it feels like I'm watching a filler episode of Naruto.
Ready.
That's basically what Chaos season is. It just, I don't want to do it sometimes. Like if I could skip it altogether, I just would. But yeah, I don't know. It's just a feeling that I've been having lately. It just feels pointless.
Let's go say
And it's probably because I play kind of competitively in Ather raids, or very competitively in Ather raids, that I feel that way. Maybe if you don't play as competitively as I do in Ather raids, it probably doesn't. You won't notice, or it won't bother you if you do notice. But from my standpoint, it's definitely lacking. And I don't know if I don't think that's a change that they would implement, because there's no reason for them to.
Message received.
Initially, one of the things I said way back is that it was supposed to be a chill game mode, which is one of the things that Faye was missing. A chill game mode that's also kind of a balance between competitive and not competitive. So I guess that's what this is. But the novelty has worn off. It needs something now.
I'm on it.
I don't know, man. That's just my thoughts. That's really just what I'm thinking.
Your orders?
But yeah, I don't know, man. This has actually been pretty quick. What I'll do is I'll probably add the rest of the videos, or for the next couple days, to this one because of how short this is. But yeah, GG's. See you in the next one. Welcome to another day of Ather raids. We're taking on a rematch here against Aris, and we're gonna go with the Brave Marth team. It was very easy to build the Brave Marth team this season because Astrum is bonus, and Astrum gives out a butt ton of stats, so we're gonna be taking advantage of that. Basically, we're just gonna go in the corner here, where the opponent is not able to, or not necessarily the opponent. We're going in the corner because of the infantry school. The infantry school really ruins my entire thing here, which is I need my teammates to have buffs to make Marth work, and I need a lot of buffs. So the infantry school is going to ruin that for Astrum and Follow Maria, as well as Marth himself. Although I do have Peony here, but it might be a problem. So we're gonna go ahead and bait from in the corner here. I won't be able to use bonus doubler on Marth, but it won't matter because he already has bonus doubler in his seal. I always just like to get the extra bonus doubler in there just for funsies, because why not? You have it, so have fun. But it's really not needed, especially after he got his refine. He does pretty good without it. I don't know what you could probably combo. You could probably combo it with some type of debuff effect, and he'd work just as well. But it's kind of counterintuitive. Just extra stats, probably, just to seal like attack speed or something. But yeah, the placement of that infantry school, perfect. The only place that he went wrong here with his defense building is that he doesn't have anyone with Hardy Bearing. So yeah. I can just vantage this with no problem. Typically, most people would give Claude the Hardy Bearing seal because he's so strong, or even Kanoga because she's so strong, or even Golvik because she's so strong. So he has 3 options there, and he didn't use any of them, which is a oversight, I would say, on his part for when building this defense, or perhaps he just needed the extra stats because it is Chaos season and every stat counts, especially if you're in a situation like this where the opponent can bait from any lane. But
which way?
How this is set up, you could probably just bait. If you try to bait a particular lane, you're probably going to get messed up by the dance that Azura has that gives the +1 movement. So this isn't a simple defense to just sit back and bait if you don't have a good strategy in mind. It has all the pieces except Hardy Bearing, and that's really what's gonna make the difference here in this matchup.
Victory is
Probably Claude is the one that if you weren't gonna do the Marth thing that I'm doing, you probably would want to get rid of Claude here because you don't want Claude getting danced. Anyone else getting danced is probably fine because you should be able to at least outspeed or at least not get killed on in the first combat or in one hit. You'll be able to retaliate, but pretty much anyone else would probably kill you. Would probably be okay, I mean, in a situation like that. And as you can see, you were able to just sweep through it, no problem. The tricky part is here that I'm kind of stuck. They won't have the extra movement here next turn, but I wanted to be able to take out either one of them on this turn, but it does look like I'm going to be able to do that. So,
No.
what to do here? The reason that I'm not going to be able to is because of
Maybe this
how far they are away from me.
fight.
And also the fact that gravity from the tactics room on my ranged units. So, yeah, it's going to be a little bit tricky here to get over there. They were chasing Astrum, I believe, because he has the lowest res, and both of them would have just killed him, outsped and killed him. So that's why they're over there. But I couldn't have placed any other of my units over there. What to do in this situation? How did Golvik get over there, anyways? Because yeah, that's actually pretty far for Golvik to reach. Did she cancel? Anyways, let me think about this real quick because I gotta figure out what to do here on this turn. Alright, so I've made my decision. We're gonna break some structures here and just back up. We'll break the tactics room and back up. The reason that I didn't break it on the first turn was that I didn't want Azura to potentially dance anyone and then have a lane, a straight lane for them to go down through. So I left that in place, but it's really hampered me this turn from getting over there to perhaps take out one of those flyers. Everybody's really been, going with the flyer line. I really, because personally I don't see it having longevity because piercing damage reduction ultimately. It's either that or you need really strong flyers to make it work, and not everyone has that in their barracks. So I'm not like the highest on the flyer line. Cav lines are a lot easier because we have more powerful calves than we do flyers, and most of the calves have access to like lethality, deadeye, a lot of skills that can allow them to pierce damage reduction and also reflect damage reduction, reflect the damage taken, or even just get damage reduction in general. Flyers, I think they only have access to a few, like that A skill, all the remote skills basically, and brash assaults. Well, I guess it's the same thing that the calves have access to, but a lot of calves these days are coming with like damage reduction already in their kit. Whereas there's only a few flyers that actually have that capability, like Golvig and I can't really think of anymore. So yeah, it's a really premium list of flyers that are actually good enough to make a flyer line work. So it ends up being a lot of the same units over and over again when it comes to a flyer line. And if you don't have those units, it's really just not going to work because they're not going to hit hard enough. It's just not as threatening without those specific units, is what I'm saying, basically. We're going to dance here because we have to get a kill with Astrum. Just missed that. I think we can get that with bonus doubler.
Show me.
Yeah, I think we should be able to get that with bonus doubler. If not, I can probably just use Marth to take her out because Marth does get that because his special is ready. And then I'd probably
a single strike.
Oof. I don't know. I'd probably try to figure out what I can do with Lysithia. Or I could have just stayed there and blocked maybe, because I do need to get the pots, of course. But Yeah, luckily we don't have to worry about that. So we're gonna break some stuff here and make our way up to the pot. We're gonna have Astrum take out for Mortis just for the lulz. I'm pretty sure that he can do it.
Excuse me.
So what was I saying again?
Maybe
I was saying something.
this way.
I don't remember what I was saying.
Ready.
Yeah, good defense overall.
Show me.
But yeah, just not something that I would build because it's really easy to beat. It's the same thing with Cavlands. If you have a unit that can counter the specific lane, you win. The only difference here is that the dance would have made it a little bit tricky, but if you have someone that can beat Brave Claude, you beat this entire map pretty much. Which is probably the hardest thing here because there are a lot of things that can beat Wind Tribe Claude.
Excuse me.
So I'd recommend that you build something that beats Wind Tribe Claude because he's literally everywhere. Which is why I brought Brave Mart this season. Because he does that very well. I have Fjorm as well, but Fjorm without the mythic buffs doesn't want to be eating that lethality, so yeah, bad idea. But yeah, pretty straightforward. I'm making my way through here, getting the pots. Always good to have the mobility of a Cav on the team, or even a flyer, because I'd have to send Peony after the pots, and that would have been annoying. That would have taken so long, but we're good here. We got Astrid. Again, I think best support unit that they've released. I mean, I've seen, or at least support Cav. They've released a couple of other ones lately.
Yes.
There was Harden, and that other guy, Noah. But I still think Astrid is miles ahead of them. Bonus Doubler is very, very good.
Show me.
Okay, and she's not too bad as a combat unit herself. You just gotta know what her matchups is. She's not really winning against anything red, and you don't want to be enemy phasing with her. But we are going to be enemy phasing with this with Astrum here against Formortis. I don't know how he's getting the guaranteed follow-up there because I don't have infantry level follow-up or anything. But I guess Formortis isn't denying his follow-up. Well, yeah, Formortis does deny follow-ups. I don't know how Astrum is doing that. It's probably in his weapon. Yeah, he got a really good refine. I should probably upgrade his kit, but there's really no point in upgrading these older units' kits if you're not going to invest the Dragon Flowers, and the Dragon Flowers are so expensive. So unless I get like a Otherworld's Bond of him, I'm not going to do it. It's just going to be way too expensive. But yeah, GG's. Another one for the books. Alright, welcome to another match here in Ether Raids, another day. We're taking on Bubble Strawl. And yeah, it's just catcher ball. But we have Elamine, so it's always good to have at least one team with Elamine. I remember I was saying, I don't know, in one of the videos I was saying like there's too many team slots in Chaos Season. So just put Elamine on one of those team slots. You're really free to do so. There's really nothing stopping you. So yeah, this is our team slot with Elamine, and we're going to take on pretty much a... this should be pretty easy. Really nice hell. Mystic Boost 4. But, I mean, really isn't much here that's threatening.
Steady now.
Yeah.
You have my
trust. Yeah, I get... So, defense is tough. Because it's so easy, like... to beat something like this. There really isn't. The only thing that he could have done here is to bring Freyr, but he'd have to drop a nuke. Either what's her face, Thor, or do a Asker, and then putting all of your faith in Dual Asker to take out enemy units, it's kind of a lot. You don't want to be doing that. There are things that can tank Asker pretty easily. So yeah, it's not a good idea. I don't know, maybe they should add one extra unit to Chaos defenses just to make it a little bit more challenging. Maybe that's what it needs. Maybe they should add a slot for a dancer, an extra slot for a mandatory. You have to bring a dancer, whatever dancer you want to bring, but you just have to bring a dancer. Maybe that's an idea. I don't know, just to make it more challenging, I think. And I think you could get like a lot of dancer traps that way. It would probably work out better instead of having.
You have my trust.
Because that's one of the sacrifices that I have to make. I have to like forego a tank or a nuke for a dancer. Or in my situation, I have to just not use Catria altogether, and you get a dancer instead. Man took 16 damage from that combat. That's crazy. Yeah, so I have to take. I have to drop Catria for a dancer, which is kind of annoying. I'd rather have both, you know, just so that the defense is more threatening. But I don't know, man. This season is really hard. Really hard for me, or for people that like to build defenses, or for anyone that's just competitive in general, because it's just so easy to win. It's really down to just the luck of the draw, who you match up against, and what they've brought to the table. The five team slots is just way too much for Chaos Season, because Chaos Season is so easy. You really don't need 5 slots,
With utter certainty.
or
You have my trust.
it's not balanced is probably what I'm saying. Anything goes. So right now what we're gonna probably do is back up and take out dual
now.
Thor with Altina, because Altina is bonus and I need a bonus skill. So we're gonna back up here and let Altina try to get some points on the board. And then we'll figure out how to get the pots afterwards. The pots are kind of far away, so there'll be a little bit of a hassle, but we should be able to get there, no problem. Yep. Yo, Dual Thor has really fallen off. Like, I don't know what game mode I was playing, probably Summoner Duels, and I was trying to get some kills with her AoE pre-charged, and she was doing, like, nothing. Like, she was fighting, who was it? She was fighting a Summer Fjorm. Plus 10, maxed out, whatever. But you think that the AoE would just delete all of that, because Fjorm kind of has low res, kind of, sort of. She probably gets to like 32, and Thor has like 70. But then the math, when it maths out, when you do the maths, it's like no damage. Like,
I see a way forward.
Fjorm, like, Summer Thor just gets destroyed by Fjorm, which is crazy. Crazy to think about. Weapon Triangle means literally nothing. And you think that AoEs are like the all powerful, you know, they balance, but they don't balance anything, because everyone has, like, if you look at the B slots for damage reduction, they all say, if I'm not mistaken, reduce damage from AoEs as well. So everyone that's God Sword or whatever is getting 50% damage reduction from AoEs now, which is crazy. It's in Gambit, it's in Spurn 4, it's in pretty much all of them. And I didn't even realize that. I was like, why is my AoE not destroying this unit? Because the AoE is getting reduced by 50%. So yeah, that's where we are in the game now. Dual Thor, Sonya even. Sonya was like, I'm talking about Spring Sonya. She was really, I had to like bench her, because she was just offering nothing. Like, she takes out Dimitri, but really nothing else. Like, nah. I mean, people still use her in Summoner Duels because of the range, and you get to do the thing with her. But, I mean, outside of that, as a nuke in Ather raids, she is old, which is a weird thing to say when it comes to AoE spamming. Citrine gets it done because Citrine just has such high numbers, and you could probably do the same with Sonya, but that 50% damage reduction is a lot. It's a lot, man. I've been considering Sed for that role, but I've never really been big on AoE spamming, because it takes a bit to set up. So we'll see. We'll see. And I like the special. I like to see the special quotes, and you don't get that with AOE's. So, yeah.
Of course.
Special quotes. It's a
I will
trade-off
go.
that I'm willing to
You
take
have
here.
my
The special
trust.
quotes for
Let me aid you.
not using AOE's. I'm willing to hear them say things when they wreck opponents. This is a little tricky here because I'm trying to figure out how to get that pot, but
With utter
I
certainty.
don't want to reposition onto that trap
Steady now.
because if it's real, then I've taken down my units for no reason.
Consider
So,
it done.
and if it,
Of
I'm
course.
not ready to go this turn because what I'm going to do is then reposition Fallen Maria to get the pot. So it wouldn't make any sense for me to do that. Let me.
I will go.
The nudge is probably the best play here
Is there a
because
problem?
one space and then. The thing is, I don't want Medius to attack, but I don't think he'll attack Ather because Ather will kill him. So it should be fine to do this. And then
Steady
Medius should
now.
probably still attack
I
Robin
see a way
because Robin
have my
has no way to counterattack, so this should be fine. Okay, and that pretty much wraps us up. We're gonna get that last spot and then take out Medius here.
Let me aid you.
Another successful
No.
rematch. Yeah, I've lost like
We'll
3
cover
times
that.
already, which is crazy. Not even like only 2 full losses, but yeah, it's a lot. I don't like it. I don't like it.
Defeat is not an option.
I don't like losing. I think that's what it boils down to. I don't like losing, but I don't like losing because there's just no way. There's just too much to plan for. But yeah, GG's. See you in the next one.